Welcome back to Everything College. I'm your host, Christina Parker, supporting your college navigation while minimizing debt. And today we're going to be talking about HEERF 2, but we're going to be answering questions from TikTok. You should have watched my previous video where I answered questions specifically from my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more information about college. So one of the questions I had from someone, she says that my husband couldn't get any FAFSA. Is there anything for him to apply for at this point? Is it anything for him to apply for at this point? So if your husband is financial aid eligible, even though he might not have filed a financial aid, is he financial aid eligible? Because if he is financial aid eligible, there is a way for him to tap into the HEERF 2 funding. He's just gonna have to provide a lot more information to the financial aid department in order to receive that. So that's my first question to you. Second, are there anything for him to apply to at this point? Yes. I'm not sure what university he's at or community college or what state that he lives in for me to answer the specific question, but I always encourage people to reach out to their universities because there's always money out there that universities hide or do a bad job at advertising about. So I would reach out to your university, see if there's any additional funding that he could tap into. And then in addition to that, I would also look out for different scholarships and grants that are out there for people, right? I'm going to be doing a video on scholarships and grants and things like that for students in a different video. So I hope that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. But yeah, someone asked me about Cal State Fullerton. So basically, people are like, are there any Cal State Fullerton people? What's the update for Cal State Fullerton? Blah, blah, blah. So payments will begin at Cal State Fullerton on April 15th. People who are enrolled in 7 or more units will receive $400. People who are enrolled in 6 or less units will receive $200. And then, so that's basically between $200 to $400. And then it kind of jots down more in depth about the HEERF funding and so forth. I will also be linking this in the description below. Let's see. A lot of CSUF, USC still hasn't done anything. Let's go ahead and look at USC. So I will say this, that a lot of universities haven't did anything. And I know we're getting close to the end of this semester. And unfortunately, I said this on my other video, universities move at their own space, even though that students are the ones that are paying their bills and keeping them operational. Universities don't really have any concern about time or about students struggling. I'm not gonna say that about all universities. I just see a lot of trends when it comes to that. And I always encourage students to try to get involved on campus advocacy, to try to demand schools to really have a conversation and collaborate with students. But let's go ahead. Yeah, I don't see anything about USC on here. Yeah, there's nothing on here about your university and what any information on your university, unfortunately. Did your university receive money? I'm not too sure. I haven't looked up your university. Actually, you know what? I did look up your university. USC did receive money, and I would just call your financial aid office and just ask them that question. Hey, when are you going to let students know that y'all received this money and how can we access it? But again, universities do have 1 year to give this money. So they do not technically have to give it to people in spring semester. People talking about, I got $1,000, that's good. A lot of people asked me to look up their universities. I'm not going to do this too much. I might do a couple in this videos, but I'm just going to create a video, hopefully before this video or after this video, to show you all how you can look up your own universities, because I know a lot of y'all have a lot of questions. We'll be on the HEERF committee. Glad to know that. Sorry, y'all. I get a lot of questions on this. Is Tulsa Welding School in Houston giving out HEERF? So, you know, I'm gonna look up this one. Tulsa. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Tulsa Welding School. HEERF 2. Mm. I do not see anything. I don't see anything about the HEERF 2 funding for Tulsa Welding School, to be exact. I encourage you to look in the link below and to search up your university to see if y'all actually did qualify for any funding. But just my little small search, I haven't seen anything so far. Let's see. A lot of questions about what if you lost your FAFSA due to low grade and I've been sitting out a semester because I didn't have the money I can qualify for the funds. So if you are not enrolled in the spring semester, you would not be eligible for this funding. This funding is specifically for people who are enrolled currently. So unfortunately, you will not be eligible to receive these funds. And I do, also, for anyone who goes through academic probation or anything like that, you could definitely fight your university from them taking away your financial aid and so forth. So if y'all would like me to do a video on that, I definitely would. And I don't mind bringing experts also on my channel to also talk about that. So my daughter, community college, said that they didn't know what she was talking about. She got the Wake Tech community in Raleigh, North Carolina. So there are a lot of technical schools. I'm actually going to go ahead and look this one up that did not qualify for this money, and so they might not know what this is. So let me go ahead and look this up. Wake Tech Community College. I'm just gonna like do a quick like little. Oh look, it just came up automatically. This one, I just want to make sure I'm not in the wrong university. This is Wake Tech Community College in Raleigh, North Carolina. Status report. So yeah, they did receive money and they do have eligibility requirements. This is for 2020, but if they followed the same guidance as they did for 2021, then they would have received money again. Oh, look, round 2 award. Oh no, that's just same from the CARES Act as well. So I don't see anything about 2021 on here. Let me just make sure I'm in the right, hopefully I'm in the right university in North Carolina. I don't know how many Wake Tech universities there are, but I do see that they did receive money last semester. So if they did everything that they were supposed to do for this semester, then they should have received money for this semester. So I definitely would go to the link below, watch my video showing you how to look up your university and reaching out to them and sending them that information and asking specific questions. Because the person that you might have talked to might just not know about that information. So you see Irvine here. Financial aid office said people who are graduating this winter semester aren't getting it because it's not being dispersed until spring. I actually answered your question on my YouTube video. So please go there to watch that. I'll make sure to try to remember and comment on y'all's to tell y'all about that. I called my school and left a voicemail. I told them I know about the funds and I got an email saying I'll be getting the funds in April. Yeah, a lot of universities are doing a horrible job at communicating to students that this funding exists and are doing a horrible job at meeting timelines and deadlines to actually disperse this money, even though technically, right, they don't have a deadline. But when it comes to like students and their urgency, it seems like the deadline should definitely have been way before it has been now. But I never really understand what's happening on the other side of the wall. But, you know, institutions are inherently evil. And that's a whole different discussion. My daughter got her money. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. I get a lot of, I'm getting, someone asked about University of Arkansas. On me showing y'all how to look up your universities, I'll do a couple of universities and look them up. But I encourage y'all, please, unless you have looked up your university and you wasn't able to find it and you need support, to please just go to the link in my description and look up your university. I'll be making a video, so please make sure you're subscribed. Can you apply if you take classes online for University of Phoenix? The answer is no. Unfortunately, primarily online schools did not receive any funding. What is the opportunity package ID? I actually did answer this question, but what they're talking about is not the opportunity package ID. It's the OPE, which is the Office of Post-Secondary Education ID. And all you need to do is put up your university, put in the OPE ID, and you should be able to see your university's ID, but subscribe to my YouTube channel and I'll show you how to do it. Let me just scroll down a little bit more. Y'all, okay, y'all not gonna be able to see it. I have a lot of questions here. I have always got the question about, do you have to pay it back? I did answer that on another YouTube, but I did see that a lot on my TikTok, and the answer is no, you do not have to pay it back. You do not have to report it. None of that. I also got questions around, do you have to use this money for tuition or fees or any other debts? And the answer is no, you do not. It is up to your choice. Your university cannot force you to utilize that money for anything outside of giving you direct payment. They can suggest for you to do it, right? But they cannot be like, hey, you owe this money, you have to use this money for this. That's not how it works. And I did see that a couple of universities are kind of doing that in a sense. And that's completely wrong. They don't have to tell you that you do not have to spend this money. I'm pretty sure there's loopholes around that. But your universities should be telling you that. And if they're not, this is me telling you, you do not have to spend that money on tuition, on fees, on any debts at your university. Even if that's going to prevent you from graduating, it is all up to you. That is your decision. Can I get can I get those breaks even though I'm using a GI Bill? Actually, I've seen this a couple of times, and I'm going to be honest, I actually do not know. Let me ask Google, can you get HEERF 2 with GI Bill? I think my second question to you would be, are you utilizing financial aid? Are you financial aid eligible? I think those would be like my next questions for you. I don't see anything about it. Not in traditional sense, in most cases, the school financial aid department does not consider the GI financial aid. This means that you are eligible for student loans, scholarships, and Pell Grants along with the GI, but it's important to note that your GI income can reduce the amount of student aid you are eligible to receive. Sorry, y'all. About the $1,400 thing. So this does not mean that you are not financial aid ineligible. So you could receive other money in addition to the GI Bill, but depending on your package and stuff like this might actually make you ineligible because it signals to the university that you might not need additional support, even if you do need additional supports. And that's why I always advocate for students to be a part of these conversations, because a lot of times universities are making decisions without understanding the actual needs of their student body. But to answer your question, it depends on your financial aid package. It depends on your university. So I think that's a question that you should ask your university in particular. And on my video that I'm going to be showing you all how to look up your universities, I'm going to also, you might see the shirt because I'm probably going to film it today. I'm going to show you how to also ask questions. Sorry, y'all. Ask questions specifically about that. Def got mine. Also, you can't be enrolled online. This is not true. You can't be enrolled online. You just depends on the university. It cannot be a strictly online program. And those who are remote learning, you are not strictly on an online program, so you can't qualify. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please give it a huge thumbs up for this information. And I hope all is well. And until next time, stay studious.